Cheers, everybody. I got a tough one for you today. White to move and win here, but we have a little problem. We are lots of material up, but this pawn is one step away from promotion for black, and it seems we cannot do anything to stop this. And well, something we have to do because we're going to win this. And the funny thing about this is when I double check with my computer engine, the Stockfish, he couldn't find the victory for white either. You have to help out with a few moves before he picks up the right plan for white to win this. So that tells us, of course, that this is very, very hard to see. But there is a solution, and if you think hard about it, you might find it on your own. And now you should try. You can pause the video here and see if you can find out how white can move and win this from this position. Go ahead. All right, welcome back. So how are we going to stop this? Well, we cannot do anything to cover the g1 square, that's for sure. Can we attack the king somehow? Let's circle back to that. Perhaps if we want to block him from coming to g5 first and do something. Well, he's just gonna get a queen here anyway. There's only one check we can do. That's e3. And really, this pawn doesn't help. The black king can escape to either e4 or f3. Escape down here. There's no way we're gonna win this. We cannot fence the black king in like this. It's just not happening. He can push the pawn here. He can do lots of things. Get the queen out. There's no checkmate here because this knight is hanging. So anyway, this because this was my first thought, that's why I showed it first. It really doesn't give anything. And okay, so basically we don't have to look at many things. There's nothing we can do right now to stop this. So we have to take initiative. We have to start with a check. E3 is a natural move and it is the starting move, and then just see what happens. So black can go to three different places now. If it goes to e4, that's an easy one. We just give a check here. He has to move, and we grab the pawn, and it's of course easy win from there. If it goes up here, this is fairly easy to see also how white wins, because now we can simply grab this pawn on e5, and if black now promotes to queen, we have a nice little fork here to grab the queen. And if it doesn't promote to queen, it promotes to a knight to stop this. Well, we have superior material here. We can just put the bishop here. This knight is blocked. We got a lot of material, and this is an easy win for white as well. And if it tries to do something else, escaping here, we just put a knight on f3, and of course, easy win. So the thing is, what happens after king f3? This is the solution we have to think about, how to proceed from here. Now, still we cannot stop this g1 square, but there is a way to win. And if you need to pause the video again, go ahead. Okay, here we go. Well, giving a check here doesn't help at all. Black will grab our pawn here. We still cannot stop this. We can do something like this. King will just take it. If we try to check, well, the pawn will come to e4, and now this is unstoppable. We just sacrificed our knight for nothing. So, what are we going to do? Well, we have a plan. I'll show you the plan. The plan is to put the bishop on b5, allowing black to promote, and then put our bishop on f1 to block this queen in. It doesn't work now because the king can escape to e4, and when the king is out, there's nothing really we can do to take this queen. Now he's threatening to take here, and we don't have anything. But this is the plan. We have to execute it in a different way. We will start with a check. Bishop c6 check. Obviously, if the black king moves, we will grab the pawn, and again, it's an easy win. Black is forced to put his pawn in between, and now we go ahead with the plan. And it's not until we play bishop to b5. That's the exact point where Stockfish picks it up and realizes that white is winning this. We have to help him all the way to here. Now, the black king cannot move. There's no point in just moving a pawn. It will be the same variation. We can then actually play the bishop to f1 straight away if we want to also, and really tempt him to take this. He can take with a knight. If it promotes to anything else, of course, there's a check here, and we just grab this, and now we are winning pretty quick. We can run this pawn. It's perhaps easy to show that we just start with king d2, and this is winning. Black will not have the time to counter this. And if it takes, promotes to a knight, we will just leave this as it is. We are up in material. We will grab this pawn, and later on we will win this fairly easy. I'm not going to show you all the full variation here. We're going to be up to 2 pawns, and we have a better situation, and the king is still very much locked in here. Okay, so we allow him to instead promote. This is, of course, the best move for black, and then we play the fantastic bishop to f1. Really looks fantastic. As you see, if he grabs this, follow up with a check, grab the queen. This is protected, so he has to take care first. And now we can just run our pawn. Play the king to d2 first, doesn't matter. And then this pawn will promote and win. Well, of course, black doesn't have to take this bishop. He can just move the pawn or move the queen instead. The king cannot move anywhere. So what happens if, let's say, he plays queen to h1? What is the winning plan here? Well, if you want to pause the video again, you can go ahead. All right, here we go. The winning plan is to play the king to d2, followed by the king to e1. Something like this. He just goes back and forward and to e1. Now all of a sudden, if he tries to do this, well, what are we threatening? Well, threatening a checkmate up here. Mate in 1. And really, there's nothing black can do about this. He can try to sacrifice like this, but obviously we are bishop up, and this is winning easily. And if we go back, if he runs his pawn instead, we're just going to do the same thing. Go to d2. We just ignore this pawn. We come here, and then we are threatening the checkmate here, and black cannot do anything about it unless he wants to sacrifice. Let's see what happens if he tries this and then goes here. Well, we cannot catch this pawn, but it doesn't matter. We don't have to. This is still checkmate. We can also checkmate here on h2 with a knight. So this is winning anyway. Okay, recap. Let's go from the start. Check, allowing him to do this. Check, forcing the pawn to block, which at the same time fences the black king inside here. He can do anything, he can promote anything, really, doesn't matter. We put the bishop here, and now this one is locked in. And we win with king d2, e1, followed by the checkmate up here. Fantastic, fantastic study. And of course, very, very hard to see from the beginning. If Stockfish, even him, can't do it, well, how can we do it? Well, if you did a great job. Thank you for watching this video. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.